Okay, everybody, just give me a second and we'll go live. I'm just trying to get everybody onto my Facebook group as well. And there's always a bit of a delay. There we go. All right. So, hey, everybody, welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And you can find me online at stampingwithmelva.com. It's Sunday today. It's a bit of a cloudy day here. We had quite the storm last night with a ton of wind. I don't know if it rained, but there was lightning and thunder in the middle of the night. The power went off for a little bit of time. Don't know how long, but yeah, quite a storm. I didn't actually get up to see it, but I could hear the thunder when I woke up in the night. But anyway, I'm here today, and our power is on, and all is good. So hopefully it's going to be a nice day where you are today. So I thought I'd share. Yesterday I did a sneak peek of the Reindeer Fun bundle, actually the Reindeer Days product suite. Hey Nancy, from the new September to December mini catalog. And today I thought I'd play with the Regal Flora. This is really a pretty set. And I think you have to see the designer series paper because some of it looks quite busy, but it is absolutely stunning when you get your hands on it. And so today I'm going to make a card using, I think one of my favorite colors is wild wheat. People know that. And so I'm going to use this. This paper is absolutely gorgeous and has some wild wheat in it. Hey, Therese. Hey, Lynn. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to switch over and we'll get started. I'm going to do a bit of mix and match today. So the bundle I'm using is called Regal Flora as the designer series paper. And I'm going to mix and match it with some of the products from another suite, which I think is called Splendid Autumn. It's got some wild wheat colors, some ribbon, and these lovely fabric leaves, and the embellishments seem to go really nicely with this paper. So a little bit of mix and match, but I'm going to switch over and I'll show you that. There we go. All right, so this is the Regal Flora stamp set. I absolutely love these. They're kind of lined, almost abstract, so line drawn images with the inset. The inside's colored. I think it's distinctive because it's kind of got that look to it. Definitely not Christmassy, but I think you can make some holiday cards with it just by switching up the sentiments, but just some lovely sentiments. I'm going to use this one. Wishing I were there to give you a hug. Just seems really nice. Hey, Mary, welcome. Okay, so that's the stamp set. It is a rubber stamp. And these images, actually they're full-size images on them. And then there are the dies that will cut out the images. I think just about all of the images. Yeah, all of the images. As well as there's this extra die. If I can get it off with a piece of, it's stuck really well. So I think this one just cuts out holes, which make really nice pattern on your, like a design on your paper cardstock. Okay, so that's the Regal Flora bundle. Let's put this away so I don't lose the dies. I'm going to use some of the dies today. Okay, now let me show you the paper. Okay, so this is a piece. I'm using this for a swap. So I'm using Highland Heather with it, but it's also got Blackberry Bliss and white. Just really, really pretty. And that's the only piece I've got. I pulled out of my swaps. And on the other side is, I think it's Pretty Peacock. I didn't bring, let's see. Sorry. So the suite is called Regal Winter, and it's Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Cherry Cobbler, Night of Navy, Pretty Peacock, Shaded Spruce, and Wild Wheat. So yeah, I think this background is Pretty Peacock. And then this is the one I'm using today. I love this Wild Wheat, and I'm going to pair it with Early Espresso, but you could put it with Lemon Lolly as well. Black would look really nice. And on the other side is, again, some Pretty Peacock. Now these are the ones, there's two of them that are really bright, and they look way brighter in the catalog for some reason. I think if you use just small amounts of this, it would be absolutely stunning on a card with all these pretty flowers. And on the other side is the Night of Navy. This one is really pretty. This one is the most in, well, actually this one you could use too. This one is feels wintry to me, and I really love it. It's kind of got the blues and some purples and yellows. And on the back side is the Blackberry Bliss, the Cherry Cobbler on this one. And then this is the other one that is really bright and cheery. And again, I think this would look really pretty on a card base. And if you added some, you know, maybe make it smaller or added some white accents to it, I think it would look really nice. Another piece of wild wheat. You can see why I love this paper. And then this is absolutely stunning with, it's got Blackberry Bliss. It's got some Cherry Cobbler in it and the purpley tones, just really pretty. So if you saw this and kind of went, oh, I don't know, that's for me, give it a chance because it is absolutely stunning. Okay, so then what else am I using? I said I was going to mix and match it with, I think all three of these products are from the Splendid Autumn suite, which is the 6x6 paper and the lovely autumn patterns. I can get my ribbon cut open. Try not to cut my ribbon. There we go. So this is really pretty wild wheat ribbon. It's kind of it's what's the word I'm trying to, it's lightly woven, that's what I'm trying to say. So it's got white in the middle of it, and then wild wheat and kind of a shimmer to it. And so we'll tie, I think, a lovely bow like that. So again, this is from the Splendid Autumn. These are called Woven Golden Leaves. Again, I believe from the Splendid Autumn. But the gold leaves, just very fine gold leaves that you can tuck. I love sprigs and things that you can tuck under other things. And so these definitely called to me. And then the last one are the faux glass dots that come in, let's pull them out. I think 4 colors. So I'm going to say copper clay, old olive, wild wheat, and maybe Cajun craze, or maybe I've got those two mixed up. But anyway, some really pretty fall colors. Again, part of that suite, but will go nicely, I think, with the colors I've chosen for my card today. So I've already done a little bit of cutting. So I cut a piece of early espresso cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, and then a piece of this gorgeous wild wheat designer series paper. The other die that comes, if I can pull it out, pull it off. The other die that comes with this, the Regal Flora, is this great one that will cut a label, and it actually cuts it in to 2 parts, 2 pieces. So if I take this out, so when I pull it apart, so I ended up, these are both the designer series paper. So those are the 2 pieces that it cuts. So you can use one as a frame and then one as a label. And then I cut right through the design, both the designer series paper and the early espresso. So I actually have these extra pieces. Now, I don't know, I was kind of hoping, but it won't. But I have a plan because I think I want an early espresso shape just to frame that, my sentiment a little bit more. Save these bits because you never know when you might want to use them. I'm going to save this one because I have an idea. So when I cut that, I haven't scored this paper at all. I just kind of put the designer series paper onto my cardstock where it roughly will sit. And then I used a piece of my Post-it note tape. So I'm just going to score this at 4 1/4. Get it right. And then we'll use the bone folder. Go that way. And then gently peel off your Post-it note tape. Sometimes when you run this Post-it note tape through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine on cardstock or designer series paper, it really sticks. And so you want to be very gentle when you pull it off. Okay, So I'm just going to take and I'm going to just use glue. I'm going to do it twice kind of around both so that the whole piece is adhered flat. And then the trick to this is going to be making sure that I'm going to have to I'm going to have to turn it the other way. So I was careful to fold into the mountain, but the way I cut it, I think I have to go this way so that my yes, there we go. My shape will line up. Let's actually do this like that. I was getting a little myself confused. I think I've said this before. I don't see three-dimensionally very well, so I struggle a little bit when I try to put things together that are the shapes don't fit up. So now I have this nice designer series paper, and because I've used liquid glue, I can just shift it a little bit if it's not lined up. Okay, so my plan is I've got a piece of basic white. So again, I'm going to use that piece of Post-it note tape just to hold that in place. Close my card, and then I'm going to stamp through that opening using Early Espresso and the stamp that says, what does it say? It says, wishing I were there to give you a hug. And this one fits nicely. Now I'm going to just grab a piece of scrap from my grid paper and make sure that I've got that. Yeah, upside down. That's what I thought. So I'm just going to take and just stamp it so I have a sense of how straight or not straight, because of course I haven't. Nancy, I can see Nancy shaking her head watching me, because I'm notorious for not putting my labels on, and I'm probably going to be very sorry that that's the case. Yeah, so I need to be better at putting labels on. All right, I think so I'm just kind of hopefully. Oops, I didn't do that very well, but it's okay. It's not horribly. Yeah, thank you, Nancy. Yep, I could hear you in the background, Nancy, going, Bella, put your label on. All right, so I've got it stamped relatively straight. And my idea is that I'm going to take this piece and adhere it on the inside of my card. So I find Stampin' Seal works really well with this because I'm not going to get a ton of glue. So I'm going to just take, I've got my silicone mat here, and I'm just using my Stampin' Seal on it. And then I can take and just kind of rub it so that I'm just turning it over and kind of rubbing it and getting any excess glue that might show up off. Pulling this off gently, and now fit it, because now my fingers are going to stick to it, and now fit it back through the hole, and so that it's stuck to the white base, the white card stock that is there, like that. And then gently pull that off. And then I can, actually I've got Stampin' Seal here. So I hadn't glued that down, so I can fit this in like this again. Oof. It's not very straight on there, but that's okay. Okay, there we got it. It's not very, I didn't get it very straight in the card base, but it's not going to show. But I do have it pretty straight through the hole. Okay, so we've got our sentiment. We've got that nice frame around it. Let's do some stamping. So I'm going to stamp in Early Espresso because I have a lot of wild wheat going on, and I'm going to use those leaves. So I'm going to stamp. Yeah, it's definitely a distinctive stamp. It's so pretty. So with distinctive stamps, you can see it's not kind of perfect and it's kind of abstract. The lines are drawn around it. But with distinctive stamps, it works really well if your ink is not really juicy. You will see the distinctive outline much better than if you have a really juicy stamp. So you can take, if you have a juicy stamp and you want to use it, you can take your bone folder and just kind of move the ink off to one side and then stamp. And you will find you'll be much happier with those distinctive images than if you try and use it. If it's just really juicy, I mean, it looks nice. I won't say that it doesn't look nice. It's just that you won't see the kind of distinctive look to the stamp if it's really juicy. So again, I'm going to use a little bit of Post-it note tape to hold my dies on. I stamped 2 of these flowers, these 3 flowers. I don't know if I'm going to use them. We'll see how much I have on my card once I get these cut out and kind of positioned. And I'm just going to cut that off so that I can use my mini Stampin' cut and emboss, because I think, no, it won't. Okay, let's do this. We'll cut these apart, and I think that will, there we go. I should have thought of that before. I could have brought my full-size machine, but this works. Okay, so let's cut these out. One. 2, put that die back. And I'll go ahead and cut this out. If I don't use it, I will save this for another card. So if you are a customer if you are a demonstrator, you probably have received your catalog in the mail. I know I got mine a week or so ago. If you are a customer of mine, you've placed an order with me in the last year, I mailed the catalogs out on Friday. So you should be getting them next week sometime, depending on where you live. And if you don't get it in the next couple of weeks, let me know and I'll get another one sent to you. Okay, so this is my thought. Yep. Okay, I think I'm happier with that. So I think I'm going to save that one because I don't think I need quite so many. So we'll put that up like that up like that, and then let's bring some ribbon in before I put those on. So I'm going to put this ribbon around and tie a bow. So we'll wrap this ribbon and tie the bow on this right hand side. I love how shimmery this ribbon is. My upline posted a bunch of images about what's your favorite bundle, what's your favorite embellishment, what's your favorite ribbon. And when I commented that my favorite was this wild wheat ribbon, she didn't. There was, I think, a few people actually commented about what wild wheat ribbon. So, because I think you might miss this. Okay, so I'm going to use my tweezers to hold that. Do my trick with turning it upside down so I can watch where my tails are. And tie this. Take my tweezers out, and if it's still, let's cut that off now. If it's too loose, even though I used my tweezers to hold it in place, I will put a glue dot underneath it just to hold it in place. Isn't that pretty? Let's see if I can twist that. So it goes that way. There we go. Make it a little bit smaller, and then make sure you pull it tight once you've kind of fussed with it and got it where you want it to be. And then let's add a glue dot right underneath that bow to hold it. And I can trim those off. Just going to have short little bows, short little tails on it. And then I think I'm going to put a glue dot just underneath on the back, just to hold it in place on the back. Like that. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so now let's use dimensionals to pop this up. Now I said I was going to do that, so I'm going to just take, I'm going to put the dimensional on my card base, which is not what I usually do, but I want to kind of position this kind of like that and make sure that it's hidden. And it's not going to be if I do that. Let's try this. Okay, there we go. Oops. I don't want to, I'm trying to not hide my sentiment is what I'm trying to do. There we go. So now let's put another one underneath. Yes, Lynn, you need to get this paper. It is so pretty. I personally think that people will miss out on this paper because I think that if you see those bright colors, I think you'll just kind of think, oh my gosh, that's way too bright. But it's absolutely stunning paper. Okay, so then I'm just going to put that one there. And pull these in, and of course I have to use some of these gold leaves. I'm just going to take, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to use glue dots on them. Glue dots work really well just to hold things in place. So let's, and you get a whole whack. I can't turn it over because I'm going to tip them all out. I don't know how many you get since I've taken them out of the package. That wasn't a good idea. I might have to put them in a bigger bag. There we go. Tip them out. Come on. Okay, that's not going to work. All right, how many do you get? You get 75. That's a lot of gold leaves. So I've got 3. So I'm just going to take and tuck a couple underneath. Like this. So pretty. All right. There we go. Gold leaves. Golden woven leaves. And then let's take some of these. I'm going to use the wild wheat ones because we're on a wild wheat theme. But I'm actually going to take and put them on the inside of my card, which I don't normally do, but it just seems that they'll show up nicely. Now, there's not a lot of room in here to write. So if you wanted to write something, you could put another piece of basic white on the inside of the card. But there we go. So that's kind of the combination of the Regal Flora bundle and the Regal Winter paper, and then some of the products like these leaves, this gorgeous ribbon, and the faux, what are they called? Faux glass dots from the Splendid Autumn Suite. This ribbon, I think, would be really pretty. You could cut it and make it smaller and kind of deconstruct it and tie some bows with it. I think it will be really gorgeous. It's absolutely, like with this shimmer to it, is really pretty. But there we go. You could probably do a better job than I did getting your inside straight. But there we go. Some more sneak peeks from the September to December mini catalog that I hope you'll take a look at. And again, items added to my cart. Oh, Nancy, you're funny. Yeah, so the pre-order for demonstrators goes through September 3rd, and then the items in the catalog are available to customers starting on September 4th. Not far off. It's hard to believe it's September already. All right, so stay tuned on Tuesday for my sketch challenge. I'll be live at 6:30 Pacific, so don't forget to join me for the sketch. Also, if you're coming in through YouTube and you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you click that subscribe button, and then you'll get notified when I go live. All right, everybody, hope you have a great day. Have fun in your craft room. Happy stamping. Bye.